Jesus asks, "What do you want me to do for you?" Bartimaeus responds, "Teacher, open my eyes that I may see again." Today's story of blind Bartimaeus' encounter with Jesus is one to imagine in the mind's eye, allowing it to come to life. It is early morning. A damp chill lingers in the soft breeze. The light breaks on the horizon, and the warmth of the sun begins to awaken the world. Bartimaeus is sitting by the dusty roadside with his only possession, his well-worn old cloak, carefully draped around his shoulders and across his legs to keep him warm and to catch any coins tossed his way. There is excitement and hope in the air, as there will be many travelers on the road, on their way to Jerusalem for the Passover festival. We know Bartimaeus is blind, and his only means of survival is begging for food or money, for charity, for mercy. Sitting patiently in the dust, he is waiting for the pilgrims to pass by. Other beggars are lined up along the road, hoping to have their needs met also. Suddenly, he becomes aware of the sounds and vibrations of a large, noisy crowd approaching on the road. At his deeper level of perception, he is aware that there is something different about this crowd. There is an excitement within it. Maybe today will be his lucky day. He begins his ritual. He lifts up his hands and begins chanting, have mercy, alms for the poor." Then Bartimaeus senses something else, a perception of an aura of peace, compassion, and love. It is magnetic. Could it be? Could this crowd be traveling with the man they call Jesus? And in his blindness, he clearly sees Jesus, the Messiah, the Son of David. And from somewhere deep inside escapes, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus' followers, the insiders, the ones who are shielding Jesus, shush him. The people in the crowd say, "Be quiet, shut up, stop being a bother." Something within Bartimaeus drives him to shout even louder until he is screaming at the top of his lungs, demanding, "Son of David, have mercy on me." Jesus hears him, hears the anguish and desperation in Bartimaeus' cry, and stands still. Call him here. The crowd shifts, their hearts turn, and they begin to encourage Bartimaeus. Take heart, get up, he is calling you. What happens next is incredible. Bartimaeus, throwing off his cloak, springs up from his sitting position. The coins he had collected go flying, and he makes his way to Jesus. A bold movement for someone who is blind. Even in the best of circumstances, to do so would be difficult. But he is driven to a boldness of speech and action by faith, by hope, by clarity of his deep need. As he casts off his cloak, he casts off his way of life and leaps forward to the possibility of new life. And Jesus does an amazing thing. He asks Bartimaeus to name his deepest desire. He doesn't presume, he asks, he is direct. What do you want me to do for you? And Bartimaeus knows exactly what he wants. And for the first time in a long time, he expresses his heart's desire, the depth within his soul. My teacher, let me see again. And Jesus says, go, your faith has made you well. Bartimaeus is restored to sight, to wholeness, and to community. The possibilities of new life open to him as Bartimaeus' sight immediately returns, and he chooses to follow Jesus on the way. And Jesus' way leads to new life and light. He cast off everything to see, to have life, to follow Jesus. When was the last time you came to God and begged God to do something for you that you desperately needed? When you had clarity about what would restore wholeness to your life? Were you willing to cast everything off so it could happen, so you could embrace it? If Jesus came to you and directly asked, "What do you want me to do for you?" Are you clear what your greatest need, most desperate need is? Or do you struggle in confusion, not able to name it? Or maybe you might find yourself in a place where your life seems pretty good and you don't sense a deeper need or desire. Or there are those times when we skim the surface of life, not dropping down to that deeper place of what is needed in here, because it's too painful to face. Wherever you may find yourself, the place to begin is asking God for clarity so that you might ask rightly. Ask God to reveal your soul's greatest desire or need. Often our own blindness inhibits understanding of what our soul needs. And we ask God, our families, and others for all the wrong things, the things that continue to cloud our vision and sight. Bartimaeus calls to Jesus out of deep desperation with a clarity few people possess, a clarity that comes from loss, brokenness. Yet Bartimaeus has absolute faith that Jesus can help him. Open my eyes, Lord. Open my eyes, Lord, that I may see. What we learn in Bartimaeus' response to Jesus, "Teacher, let me see again," is that at one time he did see. And we may ask, was his blindness a result of some infection, illness, or was it brought on by being bound up within his own mind or emotions, pain of loss, or he could not see clearly or at all? Where might your blindness be? Where are you spiritually blind or impoverished? Directly ask God. Persistently ask God that your greatest need, your soul's deepest desire, be revealed to you. And then wait, trust, have faith, and believe. Jesus is coming. He's walking down the street in the midst of the crowd. His eyes meet yours, and he's asking, "What do you want me to do for you?"